Well, good morning. Today is Monday, October 16th, and it is time for our weekly meeting highlights. We start off every week with telling you how I did the previous week because I attend meetings on Thursdays now. I did not go to my meeting last week. I had every intention of going on Tuesday because on Thursdays, on the second Thursday of each month, I belong to a book club at the library where we discuss a book that we've read for the month. And so I was going to go on Tuesday. I overslept and I completely lost track of the time, so I didn't attend my meeting. So I have nothing to report as far as my weight goes. I'll tell you that I didn't have a good eating week. I was not on plan. I did not track. So we will see on Thursday if it's going to come back to bite me. But if you want to know how I do this week, check in on my daily vlog on Thursdays. I usually have it posted like about 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at night. And if not, come back next Monday and I'll tell you for sure next Monday how I did. So anyway, this week's topic is on how to build meals that keep you strong and energized. Lifting weights isn't the only way to focus on strength. What you eat plays a major role in it too. Map out your meals ahead of time to make sure you get the right mix of nutrients. I watch so many channels where they do like a weekly menu, and I've tried to do that in the past. Last year I did it for Lent as a sacrifice because let me tell you, it's a sacrifice for me to do it. I never know from day to day what I want to eat. I try my best in the morning before I get out of the bed to decide what I'm going to have for the day, try to plan out my day that way, strategize it that way. I have a full pantry, I have a full freezer, and my refrigerator is pretty much always stocked with all of the go-to foods that I'm going to need. So I have a Butcher Block subscription, so I have plenty of meat in the freezer. I go like once a week for my fruits and vegetables, and then at the beginning of each season, it seems like, I go to BJ's, which is like a Sam's Club or a Costco, and stock up on all my pantry items. And so I have a pretty stocked pantry, so I'm pretty much set for that. I did join through Kroger's because it was free. I don't know why, but it was free for Boost, so I can have groceries delivered right to my house. During the pandemic, I did really well. I lost 28 pounds during the pandemic, only because I did not eat out. I did not go into the grocery stores. I did I curbside pickup. So I would order what I wanted, and I was never tempted by getting a donut or throwing something in like a impulse buy. I had a plan of attack. So I think that I might try to start using that strategy. The thing with the Boost is, like, I'd order it today, but it won't be delivered till tomorrow. So I'm going to test out the program and see how I like it. But anyway, these are things that we can try to help us to stay on track as far as making sure that we build a strong program of food and how to build our meals that are going to give us strength and energize us and kind of keep us on track. Because if you eat the proper foods, you should not be hungry. And I know this to be true because when I do follow a plan and really stick to it, I am not hungry. It's when I go off track and start eating all the sugars and salty foods and things like that kind of reawaken my taste buds on different things that are really healthy, but I think I need. So this are things that they tell us that we should do. Step 1 is outline your day or your week of eating. Decide when and where you'll eat and how many points you're going to use. Like I said, I do that every morning. I get up in the morning, I lay in bed, I play games on my phone, answer my emails, answer my comments, do all that stuff, and plan out what I'm going to have for the day. I never know. I just never know. And so it just matters what I feel like that day. So I do that. And number 2 is start with a protein base. For each meal, choose a 0 point or low point foods that you like. Some of the suggestions they offer are chicken or a turkey breast, which gives you 24 grams of protein for every 3 ounces. I was really surprised when I take my normal sized chicken breast and weigh it out, how many ounces it really is, because I think, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever eaten a 3-ounce piece of chicken. I can be honest. I don't know if this is 3 ounces. I think this is 3 ounces after you've cooked it, because I think after I cook my chicken, I usually eat about a 5 or 6 ounce piece of chicken. And I know it's 0 points, and that's a lot of protein, but calories. You got to think calories. Another thing you could have is a pork tenderloin, which is 2 points for 3 ounces. Non-fat Greek yogurt, which is also high in calcium. I I'm just starting to like a little bit of yogurt. The one I like, oh, I can't think of the name of it now. But it's mixed berries, no sugar. Choblé, something like a CHO something. That's what I eat now. And I put my berries in it because I have my berries every day. So I put my berries into it and put a little bit of granola on top. And it's a 0-point breakfast, and it's giving me all the things I need. And plus I have a hard-boiled egg with it. Also, they say is salmon or other oily fish, which has vitamin D to help with your calcium absorption. That's a big word, absorption. I have to really watch my calcium intake because my body really kind of holds on to the calcium. I have very good bones because I have a lot of calcium. I don't know why, but I never have to worry about calcium, but I still like to get a little bit in just to make sure. Because, I don't want a broken bone or something. It's so easy at my age. I'm 73, so it's easy to break a hip or break an arm or something. Step 3 is add fruit, veggies, and or grains. Try to work in produce that delivers extra calcium like kale or broccoli. I do not like kale, but I love broccoli. And now that they say that, I have some broccoli and cauliflower. I like to eat it raw. I'll eat it cooked, but I like to eat it raw. So I really, as much as I like vegetables, I never incorporate them into my diet as much as I should. I never have a problem getting fruit in, but it's somehow the vegetables have given me a challenge. And number 4 is to finalize your plans. Think about what sauces or dressings you'll use and how you prepare your meal. I make a massive salad. It is huge. Jim always says this, like I ate a salad that you could serve for 6 people. Because I use my lettuce. I buy the bag lettuce, and I probably eat half the bag just at one sitting, which I know is a lot of lettuce. And then I put a whole cucumber in it, and I put a whole tomato, and then I put some celery, and I chop up an onion, and so then a lot of times I'll, but then I have a half a cup of cottage cheese with it. The reason I have a half a cup of cottage cheese with it is because with that much lettuce and tomatoes and all that other stuff, 2 tablespoons of dressing just doesn't cover it. It really doesn't. I have tried that. Sometimes I do the dipping the fork in to the dressing and then having the salad, which does work, but I still have a lot of lettuce left over. So what I do is I'll put the dressing on the salad. I'll eat the salad until the dressing is pretty much gone, and then I only have the salad left. And then I put the cottage cheese on top of it. So, and it stretches my dressing then. So my salads are usually probably, because I should use a lower fat dressing. I do like the Olive Garden dressing. The light doesn't, it's only 1 point difference between the regular Olive Garden and the light. I'm just going to spend the extra point because I like it a little bit better. I think when you get to the lights and the fat freeze and all that, you got all this extra additives that you don't really need in your body. So I kind of try to stay with that and kind of try boy, that's my English once again. But anyway, and it is my first language. But the cottage cheese kind of stretches it out a little bit. Plus I get a little bit extra protein, and it's probably at the very most, because some of the dressings I like are like 5 points for 2 tablespoons. It's like an 8 or 9 point lunch, which is really reasonable. I get 26 points in the day, so that's pretty much reasonable for me. Let's dive a little deeper. One not so fun fact about weight loss. Along with fat, most people lose some lean mass too. Everything in your body that isn't fat, including muscle and bone. It is normal, but losing too much could increase risk of injury, sap your energy, and slow your metabolism over time. We've all heard you have to eat to lose weight. We don't like hearing that because we think, well, when I eat, I go crazy. Well, what they mean is you have to eat the proper foods. You can eat an apple, which for me takes probably about 20 minutes because I don't have very many teeth. But I can eat an apple and it's not that many calories. It's kind of like giving me all the nutrients that I need, the fiber and stuff like that. Whereas if I popped a couple cookies in my mouth, that's going to be quicker, but it's not going to be healthy. So, and an apple's going to stay with me a lot longer than the couple cookies. The couple cookies are just going to reawaken the sugar monster inside of me, which will require me to eat more sugar, which then will require me to eat something salty, which then will turn around and say, well, now you need something sugary. So eating healthy is the better way to go. Where you want to get is your protein, calcium, and vitamin D all come in. Back it up. It's normal, but losing too much could increase risk of injury, sap your energy, and slow your metabolism over time. That's where protein, calcium, and vitamin D come in. All 3 help protect your lean mass. Number one, research shows that protein intake helps preserve muscle and promote more fat loss on a weight loss journey. Protein also contributes to bone health. Calcium and vitamin D on its own, calcium is known for maintaining and fortifying bones, but it works even harder when it's paired with vitamin D, which helps the body better absorb and hold on to calcium. Food like sardines, milk, cheese, and certain cereals contain both. I do take a vitamin D supplement only because of my parathyroid. I take an extra 500 milligrams a day, and then once a week I take an extra 100 besides. So on Sundays I take 600 milligrams of vitamin D, but the rest of the week I take 500. But I do eat a lot of cheeses and milks and cottage cheese, and so I do get enough vitamin D and calcium in my diet. Plus, in the summer, I'm outside constantly. In the winter, sometimes my doctor increases the vitamin D just to kind of make up for the fact that I'm not out in the sun all the time. Okay, does this mean you can forget about all the other nutrients, or that you need to stock up on protein shakes and supplements? Of course not. Just be mindful to incorporate the above trio into your meals. Meat and dairy aren't the only foods that can make that happen. Things like tofu, which I've never had, lentils, I've never had, grains, and some produce also contain protein, calcium, or vitamin D. On the Weight Watchers app, if you put like broccoli in, it'll tell you how many points. If you scroll up a little bit farther, it'll tell you how many calories, how much salt, how much protein. It'll list all of the different things in there so that you can see exactly how much you're getting. And you'd be surprised that, there might be a little bit here and a little bit there, but it can add up in the day. 3 fast facts. Eating foods rich in protein, calcium, and vitamin D can help maintain muscle and bone strength while losing weight. I've lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks. The reason I think I lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks is I started eating yogurt, which I didn't like. I have acquired a taste for it. But I've doctored it up with some granola and berries, so now I eat it. I never ate protein bars before. I'm eating protein bars now. I love those. And I think that the reason I lost is because I was incorporating so much protein into my diet for those 3 weeks. These last 2 weeks, not so much. That's why I think that I'm going to have a gain this week. But I'm back on track. Yesterday and again today, back on track. Number 2, protein helps you stay fuller longer, which can support weight loss. And number 3, planning meals allows you to make more intentional choices and ensure you get the nutrients you need to keep your body strong. It is so true that if you know exactly what you're going to eat, you're not going to be tempted. How many times have we gone by, for me, a Starbucks and seen the line wasn't that long and think, I think I'll go in and get a Megan Dragon fruit. It's not that many calories. I think it's like 380, but it's 380 kind of wasted calories because it's not really going to stay with me. It's like 12 points for the drink, and it's got a lot of sugar, which kind of then will lead me to thinking, well, I can have this or I can have that. Whereas if I really, now when I travel, I bring my bottle. I always did bring a bottle of water, but sometimes now I bring like a granola bar or a power protein bar or something like that. I do like the little Weight Watchers protein brownies. I know they're getting rid of them. They're not going to have their products anymore. I got a big box at BJ's the other day when I was there. And it really tastes good. It tastes like a brownie. It really does taste like a brownie. And, can I eat them every day, every meal? No. But I mean, every once in a while, if I really want a sweet, I can have that. The protein bars that I do like are Think bars. They're 3 points for the chocolate chip. I pretend it's a candy bar. It's shaped like a candy bar. It looks like a candy bar. It's got a little bit of a chocolate taste like a candy bar. So I've convinced myself it's a candy bar. It's not a candy bar. But Jim had to have some, had to go Friday to have a heart catheterization. And while I was there, I brought a couple hard-boiled eggs. I brought a protein bar. And I brought a little thing of yogurt and a little refrigerated lunchbox. And so I wasn't tempted to go to the cafeteria to get something that wasn't healthy because we were there all day. But and it kept me satisfied because it was protein. It kept me full. I didn't need to worry about hitting the vending machine or anything like that. So what are some ideas that you have that are packed with protein? Because I'm really trying to increase my protein because it really does make a difference as far as my journey, as far as losing weight. And then how did you do on your weight? I don't like the fact that I skipped a week weigh-in that doesn't do me well in the past. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too damaging this week, but we'll see. But like I said, I'm back on track. So I'm wondering how you guys are doing. So let me know in the comments below what your go-to protein snacks are. If this is something that you'd be interested in, these meeting highlights. I think that there's a way that you can get them. I don't know if you got to be a member, but if you go www_techniques, it should come up and it'll show you I'll put that in the description box, the link. I don't know if it'll work if you're not a member, but because I'm a member, obviously. But you can see if it'll help you out in any way. So in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll tell you, I hope to see you here again next week, and I hope to see you on my daily vlog. But if not, definitely next week, because this helps me. This really does help me, sharing the meetings with you. And hopefully it helps you too. Talk to you guys soon.